What's going on? Matt Malatesta here with the Coaches Corner. We're talking girls basketball today. Man, they have had a crazy run this season. They've made the playoffs for the first time in a minute, like a decade. They won their first playoff game. Coach, what is the deal over there? How did you flip this culture?
Ooh, it's been a journey. The girls have finally started believing in what we've been preaching. And I think they got tired of losing last year. It wasn't a good feeling. And so from the moment we put the balls down in the last game last year for district, we went to work, and it's just been really grinding, doing the hard work, and we just changed the culture. It's been a great feeling.
Talk about how cool it is. You are a Willowridge grad, so that even makes it sweeter, right? So what has that been like to really put the Eagles back on the map for, with you having gone there?
So one thing I try to do with the girls, they don't know about the tradition of Willowridge. Willowridge sports history, it goes back and it's deep. And one thing a lot of people don't know is my brother was actually the first quarterback at Willowridge. And so we really do have a deep tradition here at Willowridge. And I want those girls to know that it's really bigger than you. You're representing a community. And like I told them, the first playoff game, there are going to be hundreds of people there at the game. You don't even know, but they love Willowridge. And so know that it's not just your name, it's Willowridge that you're representing.
Great point. The basketball back in the 90s with TJ Ford and Daniel Ewing. You got a Hall of Famer, Thurman Thomas, NFL running back there. You got the voice of Houston in Scarface. I mean, it's a lot of tradition that people forget about because Willowridge was one of the really first original schools there. So, talk about what's been the secret sauce. Has it been chemistry? Has it been offense, defense? What's been really the thing that set this thing off this year?
So our secret sauce is our defensive pressure. Our defensive pressure is our main ingredient. That is what creates our offense, and that's what we've preached all season. Defense, 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 defense wins championships. The score can be 0-1, but if we keep applying that pressure and they don't let them score, we still win by playing defense.
Well, give me a couple of your headliners. Who's filling up the stat sheet? Who's kind of the alpha in the locker room?
Okay, so we have Natalie Green, who is filling up the stat sheet with double-doubles. She is one of our sophomore posts. Amazing story about her. Last year was her first year playing basketball. We got her from being a ballerina. And so you wouldn't think she was a ballerina. She's 6 foot, and now she's a basketball player. So that's a total turnaround. And then we have the point guard, Ariana Seals. She's also a sophomore. She's making up the charts with steals and assists. I think she had 13 assists in our first playoff game. So I really try to get her to be like my right-hand man. I played point guard while I was here, and I also played point guard in college. So I really see a lot of me in her. And so me and her relationship is kind of good. And it's a little different than everyone else, but I want her to know that she's like the coach on the court.
Yeah, she's the
and then we also have Haley.
Okay.
Haley is another sophomore. Haley's really probably my favorite player. We call her Mighty Mouse. She's the smallest person on the team, but the biggest attitude. She is our defensive stopper, and she will shoot a three when we need it. So Haley is my favorite. I love Haley.
So what I'm hearing is y'all are young.
We are very young.
Which also leads me to believe, hey, some teams take these steps. It seems like this team may have, taken a step to get in the postseason, win a postseason game or two. What's the upside to this group?
The upside is we still have a lot of growth to go. Like last year, people thought I was crazy starting 4 freshmen. But in my mind, I knew we were going to take losses. but I could see the potential in them. They just didn't have the experience and the repetition yet. And like I told you, when we got to work in the springtime, you could see the growth. And so the upside is I have them for 2 and 3 more years. That is the upside because again, I have 4 sophomores and 2 freshmen that are lighting it up right now.
You know, you've been here a long time in Houston, and people don't realize that how Houston is the epicenter of girls basketball. There's so many great players that have come through here, WNBA players, great college players. You know, what do you think, having played here and coached here, what is the temperature of girls basketball in the city of Houston?
I think the temperature is heating up. I think there's a lot of attention getting drawn to women's basketball, period. And I think the girls are starting to show that their game is just exciting as the men's game. You have girls dunking now. So, I think the temperature is heating up quite well in Houston.
All right, well, watch out for Willowridge in the next couple of years. This has been a breakout season. Coach Tiffany Tiffany Collins is at the center of this thing. She is at the center and really making the Eagles fly. Congrats, Coach.
Thank you.
We'll be following this story for the next couple of years, so that's exciting. Congrats on what you've been able to accomplish so far this year. And finally, what are you teaching them on the court's great, but what about off the court? What are you trying to teach these girls kind of off the court?
Off the court, I want them to understand perseverance because at the end of the day, the ball is going to one day stop bouncing and you're going to have to do something other than basketball. And so what are you going to do when basketball life stops? And so I want to try to help them prepare for once that basketball life stops. Because again, all of my kids are not going to go on to play college basketball either. I understand that. So we want to prepare them to be good citizens in the community once they leave here and be prepared for the world once it's ready to hit them.
All right, Coach Tiffany Collins. She's the heartbeat of Willowridge girls basketball. One of the biggest stories of the year in the city of Houston. This is Matt with VYPE. This is the Coaches Corner. We'll see y'all at the game.